All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be talking about San Francisco again today because they are launching a program to give trans people in the San Francisco area, and it might extend all the way in California, universal basic income. So we're going to get into this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe while we break this down. Now, let's get into it.
A new pilot program launching in San Francisco will guarantee income for dozens of transgender people for a year and a half. Tonight, ABC 7 News reporter Tim Johns explores this first-of-its-kind initiative for a community that is oftentimes left behind.
For some of the most forgotten people in our community, a lifeline could soon be coming from the city of San Francisco. On Wednesday, the mayor's office announced a new effort to combat poverty among transgender residents.
This is the first guaranteed income program for trans people in the country.
The initiative is called G.I.F.T and will give 55 people $1,200 a month for 18 months. The program has been years in the making and is a part
55 people, $1,200 a month for, what did he say, 12 or 18 months?
For 18 months.
For 18 months. So that's a pretty little penny just to be trans. But, you know, before I make any judgments, let me just keep listening. Let's all just listen to what they propose.
The program has been years in the making and is a partnership between local government, Lyon Martin Community Health Services, and the Transgender District. But activists hope the GIFT program is only the first step in helping a community in need. Statistics show that trans people suffer disproportionately from things like poverty, discrimination, and abuse.
All right, now I got to stop the tape right there. Now, he said the studies show trans people are disproportionately affected by, let me run that back one more time.
Disproportionately from things like poverty, discrimination, and abuse.
Poverty, discrimination, and abuse. Well, I think trans people might not like the state of the world in terms of how progressive it is because people still judge them. But I mean, newsflash, everyone gets judged. You know, everyone gets judged. In my personal opinion, we all discriminate upon each other. We all discriminate on each other to some degree. You have to use a bit of discrimination, a bit of stereotypes to. You got to use that to avoid potentially dangerous situations. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm sorry, trans people, you don't want to be judged, but when you 6-foot dude walking around with long hair, you definitely gonna get discriminated against. I'm sorry, that's just the way the world works. But I don't think it's fair to say that trans people are disproportionately anything because they're such a small percentage of people. Like, I don't think you could accurately compare them to any other group unless it's in the LGBTQ. To compare them to let's just say I don't know, white people and say that they're more they're harmed more by discrimination and things like that. It's just not, it's not even fair to me. Like, why even make a statistic comparing them to larger groups of people?
The U.S. Transgender Survey, which is the only large-scale study of trans people in the United States, in 2015 found that 33% of trans people in California were living in poverty.
In order to qualify, individuals can be making no more than $600 a month. Application.
But he said living in poverty or homeless, because there's a difference. You know, people living in poverty, I mean, still have houses and you know, you could be in poverty and still have a roof over your head. It might not be the best roof, but you still have a roof. That's different from being homeless. But then it just said you got to make $600 a month. Let me continue.
$100 a month. Applications for those potentially eligible are open through December 15th, with priority given to trans people of color, a focus that's welcomed by trans activists and San Francisco native Honey Mahogany.
I think that when we lift those people up, the people who are, at the bottom of the totem pole, then everyone benefits.
Mahogany says the city has long been a place of refuge for transgender people. She fears that as a wave of anti-trans legislation sweeps parts of the country, programs like these will become even more critical for people who simply have nowhere else to go.
It's really, really important that we figure out ways to welcome those folks who are coming here who have nowhere else to go and be able to help stabilize them and make sure that they don't end up on the streets.
In San Francisco, Tim Johns, ABC 7.
Okay, so I'm a bit confused because at first it was about discrimination and poverty, but now but now it's about, at the end of the day, it's about homeless people, they're saying. So you got to make less than $600, pretty much be homeless. She's talking about, giving people shelter and things like this. My thing is, what they're doing is the first of its kind for trans people. But I mean, we see the welfare system gives people money. It's not like what they're doing is new and untested. You can kind of see how this works. In the same way with the welfare system, you could this opens up room to be taken advantage of. I think you could definitely take advantage of this. And I took the liberty upon myself of opening up this application to apply for this. And I mean, you guys see it here. I mean, Read It and Weep, Lion Martin Community Health, the Transgender District, trans status, check all that apply, transgender, non-binary, pronouns. I did not know it was this many pronouns. You could type up one. You could type up one if yours isn't here among this huge list of pronouns. Gender identity. You see, these people take this stuff very seriously. In my world, none of this stuff exists, but maybe I'm just not progressive enough. Oh, the gender identity list continues. Trans girl, cisgender man, transgender man. So they got the woman at the top, the man at the bottom, man of trans experience, man with a history, and it goes and it goes. My thing is, if you're a homeless person and you want to get in on this, $1,200 every month, couldn't you just pretend to be something like this? And also, you talk about homeless people. A lot of homeless people don't have the opportunity to get surgeries and gender, all of the things they need to even go down that path. So, I mean, I'm really at a point of let's see how this works out. I do think this could easily be taken advantage of by people who aren't even trans at all. I don't think they're really thinking that deep, but we'll see how this goes over there in San Francisco, man. San Francisco sounds like a wild place. But that's it for the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe on your way out the door, you guys. Till next time, I'm out of here. Peace.